strap yourselves in, because this is Florence Ballard A3060, lost and found from the vaults, for all your original and unreleased footage never seen before on this channel. We haven't done one of these videos in a while because everything's been quite busy with Australia. We did do one at the end of March and we were meant to have done... Sorry, we didn't do one in February either. This is actually officially the first one of 2019, because the ones in January were still continuing all the stuff from 2018. Well, yeah, the sort of, like, you know, backlog of the, like, deleted scenes and whatnot. I didn't want to, like, keep going back to British Art Foundation stuff, because we do have more stuff on there, but not too much of that really, because then there was, after a while, I stopped the whole thing of, with tests and fines, it became a rule. It was like a compulsory thing that every time I went to BHF, no matter what I did, there had to be 10 minutes worth of footage of appliances. That's why I was able to do one all the time, because I test lamps and whatnot, even though with lamps you can only test them for about maybe 10 seconds, but it added up over time. So that's why there won't really be much more of that coming out. Got a bit more than that. I think we stopped it around, I think it was like April or May or so. I think it must have been like April or so we stopped the whole thing of there not being enough. So this is something, again, I want, because at the moment Lost and Found from the vaults is really all I got to hold on to until everything arrives. Most likely that's going to be, I don't know, we haven't even received an update from them yet. There's not even been a thing of it being shipped out or anything. It's a bit worrying because it's been like nearly 3 weeks, but I know, we'll see. Anyway, this is something a little different, and it's still tying in with washing machine videos. So for those who don't know, I actually had 2 YouTube accounts before making this one for washing machines. I also have an aviation one still going and a train spotting one, but I no longer use them. I can't figure out how to get in. I can't remember the password for it. I do have an aviation account called MSR777, which is a call sign or flight number of an Egypt Air flight that comes into Heathrow from Cairo, and I was crazy about Egypt Air, that airline. And then I have a train spotting account called King's Cross Thameslink, which is the name of a defunct station that was on the Thameslink line at King's Cross St Pancras, before St Pancras International opened. But they're no longer used, but I mean, the train spotting one's got a lot of footage on that I could take off there at some point. But this, for the washing machine side, there might be some people that may remember my old account called Hotpoint95452, and I had only 3 videos on that, and they were unfortunately filmed on mobile phones, so they weren't very good. So don't expect very good quality. Just a few short clips about it. We have a video of, the only video I've ever found as well, of my old Hotpoint WM51 First Edition 800. That was our second machine in this house, because our first machine was a... It's called... My sister says don't go to sleep. I can't be sleeping just yet. Our first machine was a Maloney Service Easy... I think it was a 1000 Easy Wash or 800. Whatever it was quite a fast spin induction motor model, but it was an easy wash. Then we had the Hotpoint WM51, and this is we passed it on to my Nanny and Grandad when we got our WMA64. So I have a quick short video of that doing a final short spin at 800, because my Nanny was obsessed with using quick wash on that side, program H. I unfortunately at the time, Mum had a phone which probably only allowed you to do about maybe like 40 seconds worth of filming, or something like that. It was a Samsung D900i, but it was very bad quality. So I've skipped a lot of the final spin. So it just captures the last burst of it climbing up, but I've been like having to skip. So you don't get the full ramp up and you don't get the full slow down, but you hear the machine at 800. I was about 11 years old when I took that video, so you'll have to excuse my voice, and my camera footage is like, I'm holding the phone, and it's when you had to hold phones like that, and I'm holding the phone and like a bit like that, really, a bit fidgety, because it was on a charging cable at the time. Mum cooks the batteries on our phones. And then I also, when I was in Spain, in Tenerife in 2008, I filmed a very short clip of some Miele WS5406 machines. So that's like the WS5405, but it's got the drawer on top, I suppose, at the front. Probably about, I think, 30 seconds of them, just a few of them in a wash cycle. And then with my dad, I had in his flat, he had a Candy, we can't figure out much about this model. It was like a combi wash, but it was Candy C8040, so C8040 it was, and I've got a quick video of it doing an unbalanced spin, and there's an iron at the side that's like knocking against the machine as it's spinning. So the only footage I had is probably about like 5 minutes worth of footage, but oh well, we'll see what we can get out. Now, I don't know what Mum did with the footage off this phone. When she got one of her first phones, which is a Samsung D600, she had two of them. One was one that had a very bad camera, and that got sent back, and then she got a new one that allowed you to do like real long videos. On that phone, I had recorded the full final spin of our Hotpoint WMA64, and it might have been the only video I would have had of that machine. Because there is one video I had when I did some spin drying videos. I had a, what was it called? A Zanussi spin dryer. It's my first spin dryer I owned. I think it was like FSD28. And I got a quick shot of the machine doing a slow spin, 250 RPM with real bad bearings. But I don't like looking at that because that was quite saddening for me to see when that machine was going. I don't know if Mum still kept it on any discs. I do have some more photos of that machine before she was thrown out. But I don't like looking at that. I had the door taken off and everything because I once kept all the spare parts from that machine. So I get a little bit sentimental when I think about that machine. I just get a little bit emotional. You know, it was a machine that meant a lot to me. But I'll still track one down one day, don't worry. No, they're still readily available to find. So, I'm not going to ramble on too much, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'll just show you a few clips. So, even though I say watching HD on my normal videos, they're not HD by far at all. I don't know what camera phones were back then. That's like, you're looking at like 2008, 2000, and yeah. They were all filmed in... Oh no, one of them was on my dad's phone, and that was actually a real good camera. Don't know what one it was. Oh, it was a Sony, I think, or Xperia it might have been. I don't know what it was. I'm not too good with phones from back then. So yeah, that's just that. Now, when our stuff arrives, we do have some like CDs of like old videos and whatnot coming up. So I have a load of videos that were on my old computers and whatnot. So if I do find anything that's worth putting up, I will do another Lost and Found. I'm trying to stay away from the BHF videos at the moment because I don't want to, you know. Or maybe I'll get 2017's lot done, and then when we move on to what would have been in 2018, I'll then start on all the like childhood videos. I'm certain that somewhere I could find a video of that. I'm sure there is one of the WMA64 somewhere. I've got to have a video of that somewhere, even if it's just a quick clip of that spinning. I know that I did do a video of it somewhere. I got loads of footage on my Tristy Bendix, but I don't really care about that machine, to be honest. It was a machine that I hated. That was a very bad machine. But anyway, not going to go on too long, so I'll let you guys enjoy this. As for future videos that are coming up, I will be going to a wash-in, presumably this week. Might be on my birthday, actually, which is on Wednesday, by the way. If anyone wants to wish me a happy birthday on Wednesday, I'll be 22. That's the 10th of April. Now, 17th of April would be 1 year that I would have owned the Cassata for, because it was 17th of April the machine arrived. 19th of April I fitted the replacement motor, and that's when we did that video. And then sometime maybe the 21st or 22nd that I fitted the original PCB to that machine. The only bit now that has to be done for that machine is I've got to get a green tub front plate, because that one has the replacement chrome one. So I know it's me just being fussy, but at the end of the day, that machine was never had the metal chrome drum rim. That was the Creeders that had that, and the later, like last of the Vogue series, but not those. So I will be, as you guys know, I name my machines. I'm going to be giving the Cassata a new name. So she was called Cassandra, and I'm going to be changing her name. And then when the machines arrive, the Cassata will be the first machine I plumb in. And we'll do that as the first anniversary. It'll be in June, but who cares, you know. Yeah, so that's that. And I will be doing the 10Q Australia probably at the end of this month. So do keep tuned in and with your notifications on if you want to look for that. but I'll announce it all over Instagram and whatnot, so those who follow can see. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to stop rambling on and let's break open the vaults and enjoy.
Where is it? I'll have to see what it looks like when it's spinning. What? Oh. Oh, come on, hurry up and leaving it like that. Sorry, I deleted that one. There we go. I had to stop it though, because it's having... Okay, we're going up to 1200. I mean 800. There we go. Doesn't go up the famous Hotpoint way, it just goes up like that. Yeah. Vibrating. Nice move. The dial looks funny with the light on. I can get it shaking. Can't really zoom in because it's charging. There you go, finishing. Let's get this lock and then I'll finish.